Hey everyone, it's Dr. Mike. Today we're talking about a serious medical emergency: strokes. Recognizing the signs of a stroke early can mean the difference between life and death, or the difference between a full recovery and long-term disability. Every minute counts. Strokes happen when blood flow to the brain is interrupted, depriving brain cells of oxygen. This can lead to brain damage and potentially life-altering consequences. In this video, we're going to break down the 6 key symptoms of a stroke. Remember, time is brain, so if you or someone you know experiences any of these, call 911 immediately. One of the most common signs of a stroke is sudden numbness or weakness, especially on one side of the body. Imagine this. You're going about your day and suddenly, your arm feels heavy or your leg feels like it's dragging. Maybe you try to smile, but one side of your face just won't cooperate. This weakness or numbness can affect your face, arm, or leg. You might experience it in just one limb, or it could affect an entire side of your body. Pay close attention to any drooping in your face, especially if it's only on one side. Ask yourself, can you raise both arms above your head with equal ease? Can you smile evenly? But when it comes to a potential stroke, we don't want to take any chances. Because the brain controls how our body moves, a stroke affecting one side of the brain will typically cause weakness on the opposite side of the body. So if you or someone around you suddenly develops numbness or weakness, especially if it's isolated to one side of the body, don't hesitate. Call 911 immediately. Our brains are incredible organs responsible for everything from our thoughts and emotions to our ability to communicate. So, when a stroke disrupts blood flow to the brain, it can lead to sudden confusion, difficulty speaking, or trouble understanding what others are saying. Imagine trying to form words but they come out jumbled or slurred. Or perhaps you're struggling to follow a simple conversation. These communication difficulties can be very frightening, both for the person experiencing them and for those around them. Think of it like this. The areas of the brain responsible for language are like intricate control centers. When a stroke occurs, it's like a power outage in those centers, disrupting the flow of information. As a result, speaking and understanding speech can become difficult or even impossible. Here's a simple way to remember this sign: FAST. The F in FAST stands for face drooping, which we discussed earlier. The A stands for arm weakness. The S is for speech difficulty, and the T is crucial. It stands for time to call 911. Our vision is precious, allowing us to experience the world in all its vibrancy and detail. A stroke can threaten this vital sense, causing sudden vision problems that should never be ignored. Imagine this. You're reading a book, and suddenly, it's like someone has drawn a curtain over one eye, blurring your vision or causing partial or complete blindness. Or perhaps you're looking at someone's face, and you can only see half of it. These sudden changes in vision can be terrifying. They occur because a stroke can disrupt blood flow to the areas of the brain responsible for processing visual information. Just like with other stroke symptoms, the vision problems are often limited to one eye or one side of the visual field. Be aware of any sudden blurring or loss of vision, double vision, or difficulty seeing in specific parts of your visual field. If you experience any of these symptoms, don't wait to see if they improve. Call 911 immediately and tell the operator about your vision changes. Our sense of balance and coordination allows us to navigate the world with ease, from walking and running to simply standing upright. A stroke can disrupt these intricate processes, leading to sudden dizziness, loss of balance, or difficulty walking. Imagine this. You're walking down the street and suddenly you feel unsteady on your feet as if the ground is shifting beneath you. Or perhaps you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or like the room is spinning. These sensations can be extremely disorienting and even frightening. These balance and coordination problems occur because a stroke can affect the cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for coordinating movement. When the cerebellum doesn't receive sufficient blood flow, it can't function properly, leading to these unsettling symptoms. If you experience sudden dizziness, loss of balance, or difficulty walking, try to find a safe place to sit or lie down to prevent falls. Remember, these symptoms could be a sign of a stroke. Call 911 immediately and describe your symptoms to the operator. We've all experienced headaches at some point in our lives. They're a common ailment, often caused by stress, tension, or dehydration. However, a sudden, severe headache that comes on without warning can be a sign of something far more serious: a hemorrhagic stroke. Imagine this. You're going about your day, and suddenly you're hit with the worst headache of your life. It feels like an explosion inside your head, unlike any headache you've experienced before. This pain can be so intense that it causes nausea or vomiting. This type of headache, known as a thunderclap headache, occurs when a blood vessel in the brain ruptures, causing bleeding in or around the brain. This bleeding increases pressure inside the skull, leading to the excruciating pain. While there's no foolproof way to know for sure without medical attention, there are some key differences. A thunderclap headache typically comes on suddenly and reaches its peak intensity within seconds or minutes. It's often described as a sharp stabbing or explosive pain, unlike the throbbing pain of a tension headache. If you experience a sudden, severe headache, especially if it's accompanied by other stroke symptoms like those we've discussed, don't hesitate. Call 911 immediately. We've covered the 6 key warning signs of a stroke, but it's important to remember that strokes can sometimes manifest in other ways. While less common, these additional symptoms can also signal a medical emergency and should never be ignored. One such symptom is sudden nausea or vomiting. While nausea and vomiting can have many causes, ranging from the flu to food poisoning, they can also be a sign of a stroke, particularly if they occur alongside other neurological symptoms. Another possible sign is a sudden onset of fever. Again, fever is a common symptom of many illnesses, but when it appears suddenly and without an obvious explanation, it could indicate a stroke, especially if accompanied by other neurological changes. In some cases, a stroke can also cause a brief loss of consciousness or fainting. This occurs when blood flow to the brain is temporarily interrupted, leading to a loss of awareness. If you experience a sudden fainting spell, especially if it's accompanied by other stroke symptoms, seek medical attention immediately. These additional symptoms are not always indicative of a stroke. However, when they appear suddenly and without a clear explanation, it's always best to err on the side of caution and seek medical attention. Remember, time is brain when it comes to stroke. So there you have it, the 6 key warning signs of a stroke. Remember, recognizing these symptoms and acting quickly can make all the difference. If you or someone around you experiences any of these signs, even if they seem to come and go, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. Knowledge is power, and by sharing this information with your friends, family, and loved ones, you could help save a life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more informative videos on health and well-being.